Desliga o microfone, o Snowball dali.
Hello, Jack.
Hi, Jack. Can you hear us?
I can.
Wonderful, wonderful. Is that the famous and Jack that built a wonderful paintball machine that actually we just opened a Willy Wonka here and you make our day very, very, very happy.
Well, you just made my day because that's what I love to hear. That's why we build those games. Trying to just bring a little bit more fun into the world. So it's really good when you hear that. That's great.
Actually, you brought more fun to Brazil. So how does it feel to actually build a paintball machine company from zero, ground zero, from scratch? And after, was it 11 years? 10 years?
Yeah.
You have,
You know,
go ahead.
it's we started the company in 2011, and I guess in a lot of ways I tried to simplify it in my mind. It was a lot more difficult as we went down the road, but I knew it would be difficult, but I didn't want to discourage myself, so I kind of tricked myself into believing it wouldn't be as difficult.
And how was the plan expectations compared to the plan?
Well, nothing went according to plan, I can tell you that, except the plan was to make a spectacular game with our first game, Wizard of Oz, and we did. So, you know, the road to get there was difficult. It had a lot of different, it was just like the story of Dorothy trying to get home. It was the same kind of story. There were a lot of different things that you had to do to get that game home, and I'm glad you have one bolted to the floor.
Yes, I would just stop for translation because most of our audience is actually in Brazil. So I'll ask Gustavo and myself will translate. So we may have to make a few stops. Before that, let me just introduce you to the team. First, say thank you very much for kindly accepting our invitations to be with us. We started this channel, I think it was 30 days ago. And it means a lot. It means the world for us to actually have you,
Wow,
even if
that's
it's a few
great.
minutes.
Okay, hi Jack. Nice to meet you. Thank
Hi.
you very much for joining us at this very pleasure night.
Well,
Basicamente,
thank you too, and congratulations on your podcast. That's
Oh,
great.
ok, thank you very much. Basicamente a gente abriu, cumprimentamos o Jack e o Jack estava contando um pouco que ele abriu a fábrica em 2011 e não tem, quer dizer, ele sabia que não ia ser um caminho muito fácil, né? E não tem sido, mas ele basicamente está feliz em trazer essas máquinas, essas maravilhas que estão sendo feitas para casa de todo mundo, né? Vamos lá.
E outra pergunta que eu fiz foi basicamente como é você desenhar uma empresa de pinball, você é um fabricante de pinball desde o zero, e ele falou que nada foi exatamente como o plano, como ele gostaria, mas no final eles terminaram fazendo uma máquina espetacular, que foi a WOS, cheia de inovações. Now back to you, Jack. Sorry for the interruption.
That's good. That's fine. We need to translate. Nobody knows what's going on.
Yeah, you just mentioned that WOS. I have a WOS bolted to my floor at home. And
Right.
every time I think about trading it for Wonka or Pirates of the Caribbean, I said, well, that's a part of history. There's so many innovations into that machine that I think if I sell that one, I don't think I will get another one that easy. So I really love that. So regarding to WOS, what were the main innovations? You just said that at the end, nothing went according to plan, but you end up making a spectacular machine that it's selling for about 10 years, right?
Well, at least since 2012, when we started building them in 2012. So we still have Wizard of Oz. We built Wizard of Oz this year. We have Yellow Brick Road games right now, and we sell Wizard of Oz almost every day. We sell Wizard of Oz games. Great game.
Ok, então o Marlon estava comentando que ele tem uma OS e estava falando sobre a máquina, que ela tem muita inovação e é uma máquina muito diferente, muito legal e até um pouco, que eu entendo um pouco complicada, né, quando o pessoal foi fazer. E comentou que ele tem uma na casa dele e não entende se de repente ele vender a máquina, ele consegue adquirir uma da maneira como a máquina é, né? E a máquina, pelo que eu entendi, começou a ser desenvolvida na fábrica em 2012, né? Que começou a fazer. E o que eu achei interessante que ele comentou agora também, uma máquina linda, maravilhosa e que praticamente vende todo dia uma máquina, né?
É isso aí. So Jack, can you just speak a little bit about from going from I know you don't have a lot of time with us, but going from Was to Wonka, all the way passing through a Pirates of the Caribbean, a non-licensed team like Dialed In, then Hobbit. I have Oscar here with me. He has owned or still own most of the machines you built, except for Hobbit. The other ones you still have one of each, and we are very fortunate to have a Pirates of the Caribbean next to a Willy Wonka today, and it's really difficult for us to choose which one we're gonna play.
That's great. That's really great. All of our games, what we want to do is we want to make them different from each other. We want them to look like brother and sister, like they're related to each other, because they have different technology, different innovations, different things that we do with each game. But we're not trying to make one better than another. It's just adding different things as we go along, things that complement the theme of the game and the license of the game, and very cool play features and innovations, rules, the animation, the sound, every element of the game we try to pay a lot of attention to make it the best we can make it.
Okay, actually, congratulations. The time between Pirates of the Caribbean and Willy Wonka was really short between actual manufacturing and delivering those to customers. So, congratulations on that.
Thank you. Yeah, it's we're trying to get people games when they're really excited about seeing them. When you see a new toy, everybody wants to get the new toy sooner, and it was hard. Wizard of Oz, it was hard. Hobbit, it was hard. Dialed In was a little easier. Pirates, was kind of a little step backwards. Took us a little longer. Willy Wonka was a little shorter. Hopefully, the next one we get better and better with each one we do. We try to get a little bit better.
I'll stop for translation. Just go ahead.
Quer começar? Bom, então, basicamente, o Marlon estava perguntando antes dos temas da máquina, alguns temas que são como filmes lá, como a Piratas, como a Oz, e alguns que não, como a Dialed In, que não tem, por exemplo, a parte do tema, né? E depois o Jack estava explicando no começo que as máquinas, por exemplo, eles tentam fazer a máquina com várias inovações, com várias partes interessantes de música, de vídeo, etc., mas tentando fazer as máquinas ser como irmãs, né? Ter como eu entendi como se elas fossem ter uma sequência de cada uma e realmente parecessem ser da mesma família, né? Basicamente esse foi o começo. No final, a última pergunta que você fez?
Na verdade, eu agradeci dei parabéns ao Jack porque o tempo entre a Piratas do Caribe e a Willy Wonka foi muito curto. Entre a Dialed In e a Willy Wonka, eu acho que foi praticamente 18 meses, foi muito tempo. Agora já entre a Piratas do Caribe e a Willy Wonka foi muito rápida. E na verdade todo mundo quer o último jogo, todo mundo quer ver mais jogo, todo mundo quer uma máquina nova. Então, e fabricar pinball não é fácil, a gente sabe que fabricar pinball é muito difícil. Então ele explicou que basicamente eles estão melhorando a cada ano. So Jack, it's a simple question, but I think it's a great one. How does it feel? I thought, if I read right, you were actually a dealer, one of the major dealers in the U.S. before found your own company. How does it feel to receive an email, a call from a guy in Brazil, far, far away, with 2 of your machines in his house, and willing to speak to you and say thank you to you, and then contact you. How does it feel?
It's very humbling. I'm very humbled. I'm very thankful. I'm very appreciative that what we do is loved by many, many people all over the world. And there's not one day that goes by, not 1 minute, that I don't forget that I'm really appreciative of that. And it's a good reminder to me and to everybody in the company why we do what we do every day. And we do it for you and all the other people that love to play pinball. And that's where our efforts are.
Oh, wonderful. Again, thank you very much. So we have a few questions from everyone. It's actually on the chat, and a few other questions.
Okay.
So first one is everybody is trying to get a Pirates of the Caribbean. I think all the importer is here with us. So all of the Pirates of the Caribbean that arrived in the Brazilian territory, they were sold before they were actually here. So there any chance that in future we're gonna see more Pirates of the Caribbean? And the second question is why there's a lot of demand? Was it because was not a lot were made, or it's because it's just the game was surreal, great game, and then everybody wants to buy one?
Well, a few things. We don't have a plan right now to build the game again. That doesn't mean that maybe one day we won't build the game.
Right.
But I think if we're going to build the game, we're going to tell people that we're going to build the game. It won't be a secret. We're going to announce that we'll build the game. But right now, there is no plan at all to build the game. We have the next 3 games that we're working on. They're in development. So we have a lot we're doing right now without going backwards and building a game. The other part about the game being in demand and everybody loves the game is a great game. I mean, I love Pirates of the Caribbean. I love the story. I love the imagery. I love what this game is with Eric, our designer who did it. We built 1,000 games, and we were moving on to Willy Wonka, and we didn't order any extra parts to make any more games. And we just ran right through the Pirates right into Willy Wonka. So that's what happened. That's how it went.
Yeah, and it's great that people really love the game. To be honest, there was one Pirates of the Caribbean that was still available for sale, and it was available for 5 days. And then I was thinking about trading my WAS and then getting Pirates of the Caribbean, but I couldn't do it. And I should have done that if I wanted right away, because 4 days later it was sold. But I'm happy that I still have my WAS at home. I really love that one.
So I will tell you, Willy Wonka is our best-selling game so far. So there will be a day when there's no more Willy Wonka games, and somebody will say, "How come I didn't get Willy Wonka? Why didn't you build more?" So that's what happens. It's a good thing. I'm happy about it, but we still have a lot of games to work on. So we're trying to go forward more than go backwards.
Yeah. And actually, Willy Wonka, I think all the Willy Wonkas that actually came to Brazil are already sold, except for one, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm pretty sure about after what we're doing today, it's going to be sold by tomorrow. And when we open the box, and then we look at the machine, and then Oscar, which is the owner of the machine, he loves the movie, and see his smile watching the game, watching parts of the movie on the game, it's really great. I stopped it. I had to stop to translate, otherwise people get lost.
Ok, vamos lá. Primeiro vamos falar da tua pergunta que você fez, que foi como ele se sentiu de ver a máquina aqui, né? Foi a primeira pergunta que você fez, né? Basicamente foi isso. E ele falou que o pessoal da Jersey adora, né, fazer o que eles fazem, eles amam fazer pinball e se sentem muito felizes e gratos de ver a máquina chegar na casa e nas mãos das pessoas, né? Eles sentem muito prazer no que eles estão fazendo. Depois, o Marlon estava comentando com ele que as máquinas acabam sendo vendidas antes delas poderem chegar aqui no Brasil, né? A gente tem uma demanda interessante, né? E as máquinas são vendidas antes de chegarem aqui, né? Que mais?
Falei também da Piratas do Caribe.
Sim, aí ele falou da Piratas do Caribe. E depois ele falou da parte na Pirata que eles continuaram com a Willy Wonka. E ele estava falando, né, que basicamente eles não querem fazer surpresa antes de lançarem as máquinas, né? Que eles não querem suspense. Então estão construindo mais 3 máquinas agora, né? E os temas não vão ser novidades para ninguém, né, do que eles estão fazendo. E depois ele comentou que ele adora o filme, né, o Piratas do Caribe, adora a história. E foi muito bacana construir a máquina, que fizeram 1000 máquinas, né?
1000 máquinas.
1000 máquinas da Piratas do Caribe. E depois eles passaram realmente agora para poder fazer a Willy Wonka. E pelo que a gente escutou um pouco atrás agora, realmente ela está superando todas que ele fez para poder vender, né?
Perfeito. Muito obrigado, Gustavo. Jack, everybody, of course, you said that the next 3 machines are you're already working on those. I won't ask which ones are, because I know you can't answer that. But are we going to see another JJP game this year?
In the beginning of the year, I said yes. And I have to say right now, we're so busy building Willy Wonka, we may not. Willy Wonka is a big, big hit, and we're very busy. We're building about 20 games a day. We're still trying to catch up with demand. We have about 16 or 1,700 sold so far, and I think we'll build more than 2,000. So honestly, the answer is I don't know, because why would I stop if we're building it and we have orders right now and we have the parts? We ordered parts for a lot of Willy Wonka games. So I think we'll keep building, but let's see what happens in the next few months. We still have 4 months left of the year, so we still have a little bit left.
Well, it's it's for a good reason. It's a hit.
Good problem to have.
How about more lines, more machines? We want more. We want it now. What's next?
I think there's a good thing about that. It's like when you have a big garage, big building, you could store a lot of things and you collect more junk. If you have less, you store less sometimes. I think if we go to the place where we could build 30 or 40 or 50 games a day, I don't know that there's a market for all of these games. I don't really know where they go. I think for us, we have a different type of customer that loves our games than some of our competitors. Some of the same customers and some of them are different. So we try to give our customers what they like.
I'll stop for translation. Goof, you can help me out.
Ok, vamos lá. Bom, da primeira tua pergunta lá, resumindo, eu fiquei até impressionado, eu não sabia, são 20 máquinas feitas por dia. Uau! Então, hoje estão sendo feitas, né, a linha da fábrica só está fazendo a Willy Wonka, né? São 20 máquinas por dia. E a pergunta era qual que de repente vai ser o próximo tema, se ele podia dar uma dica pra gente, alguma coisa.
Se a gente veria esse tema esse ano ainda.
Se veria esse tema esse ano, né? E ele respondeu assim, como empresário, né? Por que, né? Eu pensaria em parar se hoje eu estou produzindo as 20 máquinas e tenho pedidos para elas, né? E a gente está quase no final do ano, né? Faltam 4 meses só para o ano acabar. Então, ele falou que foi realmente um grande tiro, né? Essa Willy Wonka. Eles acertaram realmente na fábrica e na demanda. Então, ele vai realmente deixar isso para a parte do ano que vem, né? A preocupação deles agora é realmente tentar produzir as 20 máquinas ou até talvez mais, né? E aí o Marlon até perguntou, né, brincou aqui com ele que a gente gostaria de ter mais máquinas, né, produzir mais, e ele falou que para colecionadores que têm um bom espaço na tua casa ou na tua garagem, né, é fácil você colecionar, como ele brincou assim carinhosamente, né, junk, né, como se fosse essas tranqueiras, né, na parte da garagem. Mas acho que a ideia principal é fazer a parte da máquina, como ele falou, que possa agradar a parte do público, independente se você tem um grande espaço ou se você é um consumidor, por exemplo, de máquinas, sei lá, de 1, 2, 3 máquinas só, né? É isso.
Okay. Jack, any plans on coming to Brazil and play with us?
I would love to do that. I've never been to Brazil. You know, really, I feel my heart hurts a little bit because of the rainforest, the fires there for the last 3 weeks. The whole world is thinking about the Amazon and Brazil, so we all feel very bad about that. And but I know Brazil is a beautiful country with a lot of really nice people, beautiful people, and I would be happy to come there. Certainly, I would love to come there. Yes.
Yeah, regarding the Amazon, it's one of the most beautiful things that we have in the world, and I know that after everything that happened, the government and everyone's actually pushing them to make it, I would say, make it better or stop it. So yeah, I agree with you. The second part, which is coming to Brazil, we were more than invited. Maybe the next machine or the one after that, we could talk and then organize a launch party here in Brazil. We're more than willing to go. The community is very, it's small but very. We help each other, so that's possible, and it will be wonderful for us. So you're more than invited.
I mean, I go to Australia. That's a lot further away. You know, you're like around the corner. You know, you're not that far away.
Yeah, it's true. I used to work for a lot of pharmaceutical companies, the major ones. So I've been to Lakewood before. I've been to Chicago a couple of times, and for me it's like if you can sleep and wake up the other day on that country, it's close. It's not that far, and there are direct flights.
Well, last week.
Go ahead.
Last week I was closer. I was in Aruba last week, so I was closer to you.
Vacation?
Yeah.
Yeah, wonderful. So
how far to Aruba? Aruba to Brazil? 4 hours?
It's a Aruba from Brazil 4 hours flight. 4, 5 horas. Yeah, but there are your closest airport. It's New York International Airport, and then there's a 10 or 11 hours flight. I think it's almost every day from New York to São Paulo, where we are.
Mm-hmm.
São Paulo, it's a city as big as New York, so a lot of people have problems with space and having too many machines. We are, if I'm not mistaken, 20 if it's just São Paulo. If we add the other cities that are already, it's so close to São Paulo, it's 25 or 30.
How many pinball machines? You want to stop for translation?
Yes. Thanks for reminding me.
Ok. O Jack comentou que, na verdade, o Marlon fez um convite para ele vir aqui para o Brasil, conhecer as máquinas e conhecer um pouco a história do pinball aqui. Ele comentou que nunca esteve no Brasil, que adoraria conhecer, que é um país, lógico, muito bonito para ele ver, e acabou comentando da Amazônia, né? Como a gente deve estar no jornal do mundo inteiro, né? Acabou comentando da Amazônia, que se sentiu muito mal pelas notícias, né? e que ele adoraria vir para cá para poder conhecer as belezas que tem por aqui, né? O Malo acabou comentando que o governo está tentando controlar, né? Tudo de uma forma mais séria, né? E que a gente estaria esperando ele para poder realmente vir para cá conhecer, né? E seria muito bem-vindo e maravilhoso essa visita dele, né? Aí ele comentou que ele vai para a Austrália, né?
Ele já foi pra Austrália. E ele já foi pra Austrália, que é longe pra caramba.
Que é longe pra caramba, e até brincou que a gente tá no outro canto, né? E aí vocês estavam falando da parte de Aruba, que eu entendi que ele tem uma parte...
Ele tava de férias
Sim,
em Aruba até
Aruba.
ontem, voltou de férias ontem.
E eu também não tenho uma dúvida, não tenho ideia de quanto tempo é, se realmente é como vocês falaram, 4 horas de voo para aqui no Brasil, eu não faço a mínima ideia. Aruba, São Paulo, esse tempo que a gente tem de viagem. Mas eu acredito, pelo que o Marlon estava falando, que de repente uma viagem de 10 horas lá, que seja de Nova York, em algum lugar, seja fácil para ele poder vir aqui fazer essa visita para conhecer um pouco a parte das máquinas.
So Jack, I interrupted you before translation. You were saying how many machines, and then we stopped for translation. So what was your question?
Yeah, I wonder if anybody knows if there's pinball maps or anything like that in Brazil. Anybody knows how many pinball machines are in Brazil? Do you have games on location? Do you have more people with games in their home? What's the mix of people in Brazil with pinball?
Okay, so it's a great question. I would say that there are good numbers of collectors. So most of the brand new machines go to collectors, but we do have clubs. So one of the things that we started doing when we started doing the podcast and then the stream is going to the clubs. So for example, in São Paulo, there's one club in São Paulo that has more than 100 machines so you have to be a member to play it. We have a place, it's called Old School, so you can go there and then they have they have a WAS and they have most of the new machines there, and they have about 50 something machines. And then across the country, I think we might have another 20, 30 clubs on the city. So I would say that most of them are these clubs, and then collectors, and then it's starting to grow now, machines on locations. It's starting to grow.
That's great. That's really great. I love that's wonderful.
Yeah, so it's that. I'll stop for translation again. Sorry.
Vamos lá, o Jack basicamente mandou uma pergunta para nós, para entender se aqui no Brasil as máquinas, elas são máquinas de rua realmente, se são máquinas de locação ou se tem colecionadores, né? E o Marlon estava contando para eles que a gente tem um pouco de tudo, né? E principalmente clubes aqui no Brasil, né? Como o Pinball Clube de São Paulo, o Boituva que a gente foi conhecer e outros, né? Rio e etc., né, que essas máquinas também estão bem espalhadas na parte do clube, né, são uma boa demanda, mas também os colecionadores, né, também tem as máquinas. Eu acho que, pelo que eu entendi da pergunta dele, que também seria legal a gente explicar, né, o Brasil ele tem uma demanda enorme, né, para esse tipo de brinquedo, né. A gente tem algumas coisas, eu não entendi se ele tem alguma dúvida do que seria legal a gente falar também do público do Brasil, né? A capacidade do público do Brasil é brutal, né? Alguns números que a gente sabe, por exemplo, Brasil, a maior frota de jato particulares é Brasil no mundo, helicóptero Brasil, Porsche Cayenne, por exemplo, que vendeu demais, a primeira frota foi aqui, foi Brasil, né? Então, assim, o público brasileiro, a gente entende que muitas das pessoas acham que a gente tem um poder aquisitivo, às vezes, um pouco baixo, né? E, na verdade, o Brasil é um país, assim, que tem uma demanda muito grande, né, para esse tipo de brinquedo, né?
Hello? Hello? Did I lose you guys?
Can you hear me, Jack?
Okay, I can hear you now. Yep.
Yeah, wonderful. Gustavo just added a few things. Correct me if I'm wrong, Gustavo. But it said the biggest fleet of jets is actually in Brazil. When they started selling Porsche Cayennes, I think the biggest sales was actually in Brazil.
Yeah, Brazil.
What's the name of the jewelry
Helicopters,
place?
helicopters, the Brazil.
What's the name of that jewelry place? Jewels that's really expensive.
Mont Blanc?
Não, de joalheria que tem no Cidade Jardim. Sabe?
Tiffany.
Tiffany store. I think São Paulo is the only city in the world that actually has 2 stores of Tiffany.
Wow.
And the demographic is like that. So we do have a little bit of everything. There's volume. There's also a lot of people that actually have buying power to have new machines and so on. So it's a really interesting country. It's really an interesting country.
Wow. Very cool.
Yeah, we're getting to the end. Any questions that you would like to make to us about Brazil, or before I just want to hear before we finish, just want to hear from you about Wonka. How special was it to make Wonka? What were the main challenges, and what you liked the most in your recent title?
Well, that when I got the license for Wizard of Oz back in 2011, I asked what other license do you have that's like Wizard of Oz? And the natural answer from Warner Brothers was, there's really nothing. But they were trying to get all the actors signed to Willy Wonka. They didn't have the rights to everything in 2011, and it took several years for them to collect everything and get the rights to it. So
Really?
I stayed on it. I wanted to do it. It was something I loved as a kid. I loved the movie. It's got a great story. It was a lot of fun to meet some of the actors. In June, we had them at a launch party in New England. We had Charlie Bucket, and we had Julie Dawn, Veruca, and we had Mike TV, Paris Simon, and Charlie Bucket is Peter Ostrom, and they're really nice people, and they love pinball, and each one of them is getting a Willy Wonka game. Also, they just love the game, and I think what I like most about the game, it's just really fun to play. It's easy to play. It's easy to understand. You see a lot of people smiling when they play it the first time, and they want to play it again. So I think it's the simplicity of the game, but it's also has a lot of things going on in the game. It's not an empty game. There's a lot of stuff on the game going on, and I'm really happy the way it came out. I think it's very beautiful.
Oh, okay. Gustav can translate. Jack, I'm gonna look at the chat right now to see if we have any other questions, and then I think it's time for us to let you go because you gave us really,
Okay.
really more than you said before. So thank you for that. And I know you just came back from vacation, so your life should be really, 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 really busy right now. So thank you again.
Yeah, it's okay. It's everything is good. It's okay. No complaint.
Okay. So just pass to Gustavo for translation. Then just I'll look while he does that. I'll look in the chat if we have any other questions, and then we'll close. Gustavo.
Só vou lembrar da tua pergunta que você fez mesmo. Que eu tava com os mic aqui.
Você estava com o microfone?
Qual que foi a pergunta? Eu anotei a resposta.
Basicamente, eu passei o teu comentário
Sim,
da coisa, e aí eu perguntei para ele o que ele tinha gostado mais da Wonka e como foi fazer a Wonka.
Então ele comentou, da parte da Wonka, ele comentou que foi uma máquina feliz de ser feita, né? Uma máquina na parte de jogo muito fácil, ela simples de entender como jogar, né? A jogabilidade dela. Chamou a atenção dele esses dias, ele vê o pessoal jogando a máquina e o pessoal tá sorrindo e acaba de jogar, tem vontade de jogar a máquina de novo. A simplicidade que que as coisas saíram nela, né, na própria máquina com o jogo, né, um jogo simples, né, e ele ficou muito feliz, né, com essa parte do resultado.
Okay, so the final questions. First one, people are saying Violin was the first one to actually have a camera inside. Has actually have the first one to have, you can play it with your mobile phone. So they're actually thinking, asking about internet connection and social medias in the future. For example, myself and Oscar, we live in the same city. We are just like 15 kilometers away.
Yeah.
And sometimes it takes like 1 hour and a half from my home to his home. So,
Wow.
yeah, the traffic here is that bad. So
Like Los Angeles.
yes, it is. It is. It is. It's that terrible. So, for example, last time we did a live with I think it was an Oktoberfest, and I invited Oscar, and then he looked at the traffic, and it was about 2 hours from his home to my home, and then he said, well, no way, can't do it. So, but the main question was about connectivity, internet, and if you have plans in the future for that.
It's something that's possible. Obviously, I like the technology part of everything. I'm kind of old school in a way where pinball is a social kind of thing where people are together and they're playing together, and they used to put all the quarters on the game glass, to take their turns. And I think a commentary today, and maybe because I'm a little older now, but I don't think like I'm old. The mobile devices brought a lot of people together in different places, but they separated them when they're physically together. You see young couples at a dinner table at a restaurant, and they're texting with other people that aren't there, and they're not talking to each other. Everywhere you go, everybody's on their phone.
Yeah.
They're not communicating. They're not speaking. They're texting 4 or 5 or 6 conversations. If you go to China, they don't even text. They just speak into the phone like a walkie-talkie, back and forth on WhatsApp. So I don't know. I guess it'll evolve. Maybe we'll do it at some point. Maybe we won't do it at some point. I don't know. I have mixed feelings. I knew I wanted a camera. That was for sure. I wanted a camera since 1977, so I made sure we have a camera.
Right.
But
yeah, I have mixed
Yeah.
feelings. I don't know if it actually helps or not. I think for a city of São Paulo, it could. But just like you, I think it.
So what if you take the glass off? What if you take the glass off and play?
Yeah, I really don't know if it's gonna make a difference. I think people are asking because everything it's interconnected, and then people want to explore it. But I really don't know if it's gonna do that good for pinball.
You know what people do? You probably got a break for translation, but you know what people do?
What?
People ask for everything that they don't know what they want, and they ask for things and they ask for things, and then when they get them, they're looking for something else. So a lot of people don't know what the heck they want.
Yeah, and I saw a little bit that, and we stop from translation. I saw a little bit about that with Wonka. There are a lot of comments before.
I'm not saying that.
then-
I'm
and-
saying that about you.
Yeah,
Right.
and then when we
Right.
open the machine and look at the machine, it's fun. It's fun. It's beautiful. It
Right.
puts you in the world of Willy Wonka. It makes you happy, and that's what I think people pay for a pinball machine. To get you out of the stress of the day, and then diving into that world and really have fun and enjoy, and then after 1 hour you were really happy with that, and then it makes you smile all the way. When you're playing it just makes you smile. I'll stop. Sorry.
Well,
Now
okay.
it's
Translate.
yeah, it's a really good difficult
Okay,
job for
let's
Gustavo
do
now.
it.
He has to translate like about 5 minutes.
Bom, vamos resumir. O Marlon estava perguntando se se as máquinas iam ter essa parte de ligar na internet, né? De como a Dial-D veio, né? Eu até não conheço até esse sistema da máquina de você poder ligar uma com a outra. Se essa é a ideia, não tem, né?
Não tem.
Mas você consegue, você consegue, eu também tenho essa curiosidade.
Foi a primeira que foi a câmera e você consegue jogar pelo celular.
Ah, você consegue jogar pelo celular, ok.
Que também não...
Sim, eu lembro que eu estava vendo. Então perguntou se tinha alguma ideia, né, das máquinas serem um pouco mais conectadas, né? E deu o exemplo de São Paulo, da gente morar numa distância perto um do outro, aí, uma distância de 6 km, de às vezes 9 km, 8 km, demorar 2 horas para você poder cruzar a cidade, né? Então isso talvez trouxesse um pouco de interação para as pessoas poderem jogarem junto, não fisicamente, né? Mas cada um em sua máquina. E aí foi bem interessante, né? Do que ele acabou comentando, né? Que ele é um pouco old school, né? E que as pessoas hoje elas estão muito ligadas no celular, né? Tava comentando que a gente vê todos os dias hoje, como antigamente era, que o pessoal saía num restaurante e o casal conversava na mesa, né? As pessoas, sei lá, estavam juntas e hoje cada um está no seu celular. E não tá falando com a pessoa que tá na tua frente, né? O cara tá falando com uma pessoa distante e com 20 conversas ao mesmo tempo, 15 conversas, 5 pessoas, né? E até comentou para ele que o pessoal lá no Japão usa o celular, né? Nem digita, né? Usa como fosse um walk-talk, né? Que isso, teoricamente, é muito triste, né? E o Marlon perguntou a parte da câmera também, e ele falou que desde 1977 ele já tinha vontade de colocar uma câmera na parte do pinball, né? E... acho que depois você fez acho que é isso que eu recordo, assim. Foi tanta coisa, 5 minutos, cara, meio judiar depois de um dia de trabalho que nem eu tive hoje, né? O cara falar 5 minutos pra mim traduzindo. Deus, cara, vamos jogar essa máquina.
Last question, Jack. Last question. It's an open question. Then it's for you. 11 years ago, 12 years ago, you decided to, from scratch, build pinball machine manufacturer, which is really hard. Nothing went according to plan, but at the end, you just built one of the most spectacular that people will remember forever machine, which was. But then I saw an interview you speaking about that, and you mentioned that at that time you knew that the pinball market would grow, it would come back, and then we'll have let's say, a new golden era for pinball. So, what is your vision for the future?
Well, it's funny you say that because people ask me sometimes, did I think pinball was going to get bigger? Am I surprised that it got bigger? And I said, well, if I didn't think it was going to get bigger, I wouldn't have started a pinball company, right? So that part you got right. What I see for the future, I mean, the future is really limitless. People discovering pinball for the first time, young people for the first time are seeing games all over the world. And I don't know if it'll ever get back to where it was years ago, but I think it's going to continue to grow. It's not a bubble. It's not going to blow up, and then all of a sudden everybody says, I don't want to have pinball machines. So I think right now, in 5 years, it could double. I think that's what I think. 5 years, it could double because more and more and more and more people are coming into pinball. And even if they don't buy them, they want them in social locations. They want to go play them, and they want to have fun. There are clubs. There are many leagues. There are women's leagues. There are men's leagues. There are mixed leagues. There are non-gender leagues. There are all kinds of leagues of any kind of people. Giraffes and elephants are playing pinball. So I don't think it's limited to any kind of species on the planet. Everybody can play pinball.
Yeah, Gustavo is taking notes. You're making his life really hard.
Yeah.
But the last comment is like, it just remember. I'll stop. It makes his life really hard. There was a time I was in a convention, and then there's a lot of. I was working for a American company who was helping a Japanese company to get into the market, and then there was an American guy speaking, and then there's a Japanese guy speaking in English. Then they talk for 10 minutes, and then they look at me and say, now you need to translate. And look at them and say, okay. So I translate half of the talk, and the other half I just invented. And most of the audience that knew how to speak English, they look at me and said, they didn't say that. And I said, well, it was like 10 minutes. I had to translate like 10 minutes of talk. I just invented half of that. And then the other part, that part was funny, that when they started talking again, the executives, everything that they spoke on the next questions was actually what I said on the previous translation. So I kind of...
That's funny.
And then everybody looked
funny.
at me and said, now I'll see how you handle that. I just said, well, I just answered those questions on the previous questions, so thank you very much. Gustavo, sorry.
That's funny.
Ok. Bom, basicamente, o Marlon perguntou para ele, bem resumido, quais eram os planos, né, para a parte do futuro, né? E o que ele achava do futuro do pinball, né? De tudo que ia acontecer. E ele respondeu que se ele não achasse que fosse crescer, ele não teria montado a parte da fábrica, né? E ele acha que o jogo conecta as pessoas, que é divertido jogar, que realmente a parte do pinball vai crescer. E nos próximos 5 anos ele acha que o público do pinball, né, dobra. E que é para mim uma coisa bem interessante, né? Eu acho que o público do pinball é um público grande já, pelo pouco que eu conheço, mas ele está falando que as pessoas novas, né, que não conhecem pinball, que ele está tendo a experiência, estão jogando e estão gostando de experimentar o pinball pela primeira vez, né? É isso.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it, Jack. I think for us at LiveCatch, what we're doing on the pinball stream, the next step for us is kind of we're trying to remove our studio from people's balcony, and we're trying to find a place where we can stream and invite other people to actually join us and play with us.
Okay.
So we'll try to do that.
Okay, that sounds cool.
Yeah, and Twitch it's a
Well, I'm glad we spent this 15 minutes together.
yes, it was a little bit more than that. So thank you very much.
Thank you, and I appreciate what you do and what everybody that does for pinball, and it's just a lot of fun. You know, it's a lot of fun to see people sharing what we love, and just keep doing it. Good luck with everything. If you need any help from us, just reach out. You have a friend at Jack Pinball. We want to help support you guys and all the people there. And again, our thoughts, our prayers, everybody, for the Amazon.
Agree.
Hopefully that gets solved soon. Okay.
Okay.
We send our love.
Thank you very much, Jack. We really appreciate it. Thank you very much. And
All right.
that's it. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Desligar o Skype. Gustavo, precisa traduzir.